Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 17th to the 23rd of June 2019. We are in the month of Gemini, and there's some very interesting dynamics, especially that have gone on with some major oppositions last week. So we've got a chance to recalibrate and turn our focused mind to find the message of what it is that we're learning, because that's what Gemini is all about, processing information. So with all the activity in Gemini, there's an awkward angle back to Capricorn, and this is calling us to go deep to the centre before we step out, before we think, before we act, to make sure that we're coming from the core. And basically the whole of 2019 has been tying us in to our core selves so that we can be self-sufficient, integral, and live with authenticity. So as we approach the full moon on Monday at 25 degrees Sagittarius, for anybody that's following along in their own chart to see where this is happening for you, this is 9:31 a.m. UK time. Sagittarius is all about wisdom. Sagittarius is the sage. So in the month of Gemini, the sun is in Gemini, the full moon will be in Sagittarius opposite, and this is the perfect opportunity to look at the processing mind and find the deeper wisdom. Sagittarius transmits from the heart. It's the sign where the sun is reborn, and it's a fire sign. It's old winter wise fire. So although our mind can often be running our daily lives, thinking and casting forwards or worrying backwards, Sagittarius wants to know what this all means. But also the realization that our inner wisdom is actually being transmitted and amplified from our heart frequency, whereas the mind can do very little other than create a confusion field around it. So on Monday, go deep into the heart centre. What are you transmitting? Because no matter how many positive thoughts and good deeds we do, it's our actual core vibration that is our soul signature. And the mind can get in the way with fear and doubts, limitations and judgments, and lower that tone. So on the Sagittarius full moon, it's worthwhile having a deep connection with your resonant frequency and to challenge yourself to learn to attune with that, to live from that place and to amplify your true tone. So turning off the mind, giving the mind a job to do, taking moments in the day to centre, to consider your amplification, to consider your frequency vibration and what that's contributing to, rather than getting caught up in the chatter. That's what the Sagittarius full moon reminds us of. On Tuesday, Mercury meets with Mars in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is all about community, and community is where we have a common union. So this is a good day to converse and commune with those that are on a similar frequency to you, with common interests, goals or passions, to stir that pot of Cancerian water and fire up the core dynamism within. Mars, the spiritual warrior, meets with Mercury, the messenger, in every cell of our body, to recenter us on what we truly care about and to energize our true emotions. Cancer can be a sign that has superficial emotions on a roller coaster, just feeling for the sake of feeling. So this is more about getting to the true passion and emotion within, without the mental story, without the attachment, without the need. So great body energetics available there on Tuesday. Sagittarius full moon opens up a 2-week window, so this will permeate the next 2 weeks, and one of the themes of Sagittarius is freedom. So to free ourselves from that chatter mind, from doubt and limitation, to live from the heart and to expand from there. Meditation on Wednesday may be to do with freedom. Is that a concept? Is that a far-off dream? Because it should be a way of life, and yet society does have many traps to keep us believing in our limitations. So if freedom isn't a way of life for you, could it at least be your prevailing attitude to life? Can you turn your focus onto the feeling of freedom? And when did life stop being an adventure? We take ourselves too seriously, we get caught up in jobs and titles, we start believing our backstory. But at one point life was an adventure. Life was full of potential. We flowed with those possibilities a bit more freely. So getting back to that sense of freedom and adventure for the next 2 weeks. Have a look at where you're limiting yourself, where life has become too stagnant, or there's a reliance on external scaffolding, There's a linear timeline set forwards that's too restrictive. And is that really true? What would you do every day if you didn't have to do the things that you feel responsible for, or act under the label that you've given yourself? By Thursday, superpower energy as Mars opposes Pluto at 22 degrees. That's Cancer and Capricorn respectively. So Mars is the spiritual warrior, but it's earthly masculine power, and Pluto is spiritual masculine power. They're an octave apart. So we have the lower and the higher frequency masculine energies aligning together. Everybody has masculine energy. By this I just mean directed life force energy, whereas the feminine is the more receptive, magnetic. So if lesser power aligns with greater power at the degree of power, 22 degrees, then when we place our attention today, we can focus it and make it count with the pinpoint and precision that Sagittarius loves and knows so well. So where is your power? Where are you placing it? Can you be more direct? Can you be more decisive? Can you be more empowered with where you're putting that vital life force dynamic energy? And now we're passing into the summer solstice. So all equinox and solstices are 3-day events, and as the sun passes into Cancer, we go across the summer solstice point. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're in a portal. We're at the tipping point of the year, and this is very much a year of two halves. So the sun is reborn at the winter solstice, and we climb up the mountain of Capricorn. We've been trying to apply ourselves. We've been going back to the core, setting true intentions from the depths within, and becoming less reliant on external structures, letting those dissolve, replacing them with a strong and flexible backbone, becoming more confident with our own authenticity and integrity and where we're coming from. So there's been a building energy to the first half of the year with all of its challenges as well. But now we turn inwards, and on this summer solstice we have an unusual aspect, which is Neptune turning retrograde in Pisces, which is its home sign. So Neptune is the spiritual feminine energy. It's where we can draw to us. It's where we can feel intuitively in the cells of our body and become a channel for higher divine frequencies. So Neptune turning retrograde at 18 degrees Pisces, and 18 is the moon card in tarot, so this is very significant as well. I do like to work with astrology and tarot together, as I see them as two wheels on the same bicycle, as it were. So Neptune turning retrograde at the magical midsummer moment. We're turning inwards now. We're being able to feel, we're being able to tune into and attract to us from a resonant cellular place as we stand between the worlds, as we open up that portal, instead of deciding and rushing forwards as to where we're going to. Where are we really coming from? So we're between the worlds, between the veils, and imagination and dreams can roam free, unfettered, and be the incubator of what it is that we're attracting as we go forwards. So a call inwards at this sacred time of year, to tune in, to really feel, to allow some space rather than filling every moment with plans and noise and mind chatter. Just to stop and feel, trust your intuition, power up your imagination, and given the Sagittarius full moon's energy this week, to look at pure potential, to look at freedom, to let the restrictions and barriers dissolve away for a while. Give ourselves the chance to rejuvenate, renew our desires and our dreams. This is vital work, because it's from here that we will act and create going forwards into the second half of the year. So a very magical, unlimited, free and powerful week. If we can harness these energies and let go of our concept of ourselves, of restrictions, of beliefs, of any sedentary thought patterns that lead to actions, to let everything dissolve, to connect back to our intuition, stoke up the imagination, allow some space for freedom, and to welcome adventure and liberation back to our lives, This is the potential for the week ahead. These energies are happening for all of us in different places of our chart. So if you would like a one-to-one to see where this is happening for you, where you can harness the energies, reconnect with your soul plan, unlock some of its secrets, and live more harmoniously, then I am available one-to-one or online for a consultation. And I also have my very holistic empowerment coaching program where we can customize some sessions according to your chart, learning to decondition the heart, deprogram the mind, rinse from the body and connect to your true soul tone. On Friday the 21st I will be hosting, if the weather permits, a enchanted woodland walk on Hampstead Heath with a simple ceremony in a working druid grove, and then coming out for a picnic and some stargazing on Parliament Hill. So this will be the opportunity to refocus, to pause, to feel the energies, to allow that space to reconnect and expand into, and just to observe with awe and wonder the magic of this time. So for any of that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. I post daily astro insights at AstroZo on Facebook, at zoehines7 on Instagram, and all of my details are on my website www.astrozo.com. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.